The thing as well that shocked me was when you said about natural versus synthetic. That's what scares me. A lot of us are buying the synthetic stuff.
Well, what happens is the omega-3s, the natural form of omega-3 fatty acid, like the natural form of fats in our body, triglycerides. And interestingly enough, there is no better natural tool in terms of balancing your triglycerides in your body than omega-3 fatty acids. But unfortunately, the industrial way to make omega-3 products is to deliver them as ethyl esters. And what's interesting about ethyl esters, when you take an ethyl ester, your body has to cleave off that ethyl group, and in so doing, generate something called ethanol. Ethanol is alcohol.
Oh my gosh.
That's the alcohol in wine or beer or whatever, vodka. So it's trace amounts, but still, it's not the natural triglyceride form. So again, we deliver it in its natural triglyceride form. Other companies typically deliver it in the form of an ethyl ester. They're not as well absorbed, they're not as well tolerated. Again, why second guess Mother Nature? Deliver it in its natural form. Also, the most important of the omega-3 fatty acids is DHA. The two most important are DHA, EPA, followed by alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. So when you look at the typical omega-3 product, it's about 2-to-1 EPA over DHA. Because DHA is the principal omega-3 fatty acid in our brain, by principle, like 99% of the fatty acids in our brain, DHA. The same in the retina of our eye. So as important as DHA is, it shouldn't be second fiddle in an omega-3 product. It should be the principal fatty acid in that product. Again, that's what makes our product unique, that we've always chosen DHA over EPA. And I've done that for close to 30 years. So it's something that I've always recognized, and the science has only continued to roll in to validate the wisdom of formulating a product in that fashion. So our products are just, and then just on the simple experiential level, that certainly you're not going to find a better scientifically formulated omega-3 product, but just in terms of experience, again, the fact that it's a smaller capsule, that delivers much more. It's an easy to swallow capsule because of that, and it will not upset your stomach, and there absolutely, positively is no fishy aftertaste at all.
Stay right there for yours, and thank you for all of your orders. The day to buy it is obviously today. Andrew, final words on omega-3? I
was just going to say quickly that we will not have a Today Special for omega-3 until April or May of next year. So this is the best pricing you'll see all year until April or May of next year when we do a Today Special, just so you know.
Andrew, I was handed a note a few minutes ago talking about Choco Nouveau in this hour. Is that true?
Choco Nouveau's back, yes. Choco Nouveau, so we'll talk about Choco Nouveau because it's back. That summer is over. What is it in Game of Thrones? Winter is coming. So
I just started to watch that. Do you watch that?
Oh, I love Game of Thrones.
I'm on season 3. Yes. I love it.
Oh no, it's amazing. It's as Muriel and I always say, some of the programs on television now are better than any movie you could ever watch.
It's true.
So we find ourselves like making popcorn and just sitting at home and binge watching something on television.
We'll talk about it later.
But so winter is coming, and because winter is coming, chocolate no longer melts. so Choco Nouveau is back. It's the most delicious chocolate in the world that is also by far the most heart-healthy chocolate in the world. So we'll be talking about that in just a couple of moments.
That's going to be exciting. Yep. All right, we're going to go by this
6 months
way.
without it.
Everybody always wants it, but you can't do it in the summertime, as Andrew said, for obvious reasons. It would melt.
Melts. But then people are saying, we don't care if our Choco Nouveau melts. Send it to us anyway. Bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Oh my gosh. Bonjour, Muriel. How are you, my love? Cordon Bleu trained chef, the amazing Muriel. I'm happy to see you.
So glad to be here.
So what do we have first? Because we have some exciting things, and of course your cookbooks continue to be big hits.
Yeah, well, we have all the cookbooks today, almost, I think. We have the soup cookbooks, which is still today one of my favorite.
I just noticed we don't have that many. I just noticed we only have a couple of thousand. And in the refrigerator, wherever we are, even when we travel, we make little 8-ounce bowls, those little 8-ounce glass bowls of, I love the asparagus soup, the pea soup, the split pea soup, the sweet pea soup. There are just so many incredible soups. But again, we do this because I always say, as important as my supplements are, I look at my own life. What's most important for my health is how well I eat. And Muriel, thankfully, determines how well I eat. And her cookbooks are exactly what we eat at home. And it's exactly why I think I'm as healthy as I am, because of the way I eat.
Well, Andrew's always talked about nutrition, and Muriel, I mean, these recipes, guys, just to reiterate, here are the choices. Soups alone is only $4.90.
It used to be, when we introduced it, it was a $15 cookbook. But again, I feel like this information should be as affordable as possible. So the cost of these cookbooks are basically the cost of a shipping charge, and they're free shipping.
And honestly, it's about trying them. You're gonna love these recipes. The veggies, and also the bundle you can get as well. So they will sell out in the next 5 minutes. Muriel, tell us what we can expect.
Oh my God, those soup cookbook is amazing because it makes you like really appreciate how easy it is to lose weight, to get ready for the holidays. Is he eating my stuff?
He's already eaten, there'll be nothing left.
I was hungry.
Exactly. So, you know, we save everything in 1 cup container, and because we have our value information here with all the nutrient, and also all your calories and everything. So let's say if you cook your soup and then you save it in the fridge in a little 1 cup bowl, then you know exactly when you eat, how much calories you're eating today, what is your nutrition, and how healthy and good for you it is, you know?
The nutrition facts for each recipe is more comprehensive than the nutrition facts on a label. And I always wondered, I always used to think to myself, why don't cookbooks have detailed information on what you're producing, what you're creating? Right. And what I realized was because most people, you wouldn't want to see it. The chef doesn't want to really necessarily reveal that. But all of these recipes are designed to be healthy, to help you lose weight, to help you be just the healthiest person you can, using all the ingredients that I emphasize that we use at home, like using spices like turmeric and things like that, using vegetables like kale. And I don't like kale, but when Muriel uses kale, I love kale. And the soups themselves are just incredibly healthy. The veggie cookbook, it makes veggies absolutely delicious. So it's just an incredible opportunity to change your life, especially this time of year, to change your life in a healthy way.
Yeah, and you know what? As far as kale is concerned, when you make, let's say, a kale salad in advance, the good thing is you can actually put your dressing in it. It will absorb it and make your kale way softer and smoother for you to eat. Also, it's great to have it prep in advance. So instead of reaching out of anything in the fridge, you'll have your nice little kale salad with your counted calorie in your fridge, ready to eat or to take with you to the office or at work.
So, Ian, I mean, yeah, but to you guys' point, there's a lot of us that need a little bit of a nudge in the right direction, and these are healthy, but they're delicious, as Andrew's proving right now.
I'm having one of these little turkey burgers, and these turkey burgers, they have vegetables mixed in with them. So it's a way to get your children, the other folks in your family, eating healthier. Because of this, I definitely eat healthier. I find almost throughout the day, I've become a bit of almost a vegetarian or a vegan unintentionally, because I find all these vegetable dishes so delicious. They're low in calories, they're incredibly healthy, they're rich in fiber, they're rich in protective phytonutrients, which we disclose all of those phytonutrients on the nutrition facts for every single recipe. So how we eat, I can talk about how important CoQ10 is, how important so many of the products I make are. Nothing at all comes close to the power of what you put in your body in terms of food. And oftentimes we make terrible mistakes putting bad things in our body. This is an opportunity to ensure that even if it's just a few meals a week, this makes it easy to eat healthy foods that are delicious. Because I'm someone who I eat for taste. I don't eat to be healthy. So if I can eat for taste and also be healthy, that's a win-win for me, and that's what these books will give you.
I think a great gift as well. We're thinking about the holidays already. There's Christmas trees everywhere around HSN. But as a gift, Muriel, the gift of good food.
It's a great gift for your family, for your in-laws, for anybody you love who wants to get a healthy lifestyle, get on track. Also remember, it's step-by-step pictures. You have all your little list of ingredients right here, so it's very easy to follow. Take this to the grocery stores, and off you go. You do your shopping just like that, done.
You could take a picture of that page,
and
it's basically your shopping list. So you have, and then you have all your nutrition facts. Part of the proof of these books was I needed to be able to do the recipes. And what would I say? I have 2 left hands when it comes to cooking in the kitchen. And if I can make all these recipes, anyone can make all these recipes. They're simple, they're quick, and that was another thing. If it isn't quick, we don't want to have it in the cookbook.
Right.
Oh, you know what? So quick, so easy, about 20 minutes in an average time. It's hardly anything. Some recipes are 10 minutes. And also, soups are very versatile. You can put it in the blender. You can have a rustic soup, a more modern, a more brothy. You know, you can have so many versatility in your soups every day.
And for 2 books, less than $10 and no shipping. For the soup book alone, just $4.90. And these are all metal spiral bound, so they don't fall apart.
Yeah.
So it's designed to be, it's a fraction of their original price. We're not doing this because we have books that we want to get rid of, because we've had to reprint these several times. We're doing this because these books are so important. We want to eliminate the excuses for getting them home.
As Andrew will say in every single show that I ever do with him, food, food, food. Yeah. Supplements, vitamins, yes, but food, food, food. And that's why this is a wonderful, wonderful source of information. We will be selling these out momentarily. Stay in the ordering process for yours. We do want to spend a couple moments on Andrew and Muriel's phenomenal Healthy, Happy Holidays cookbook. Because this is the time of year, guys, where we kind of indulge a little bit, but we don't have to feel so guilty with this.
No, that's...
Yeah, and since it's all about lifestyle, you can have your holiday and eat it too. Yes. And I mean, right? With this book, it's so easy. You have your favorite holiday recipe, and you can make them healthier, adding extra healthy spices. Or, you know, let's say you have your turkey. Yeah,
the butternut squash soup. That's a great holiday soup. It's delicious.
Jumped out at me,
with apple and curry. You made that recently. It's unbelievable. But that's the Healthy Holiday Cookbook again. And this is a very long cookbook with dozens and dozens of recipes, all with full nutrition facts, all with their little shopping list that comes with it. Oh, and that's the turkey, the spicy turkey rub, which is absolutely delicious. But if you want to make your holiday fare delicious, and that's what Muriel did. She took some of our family recipes, but it's a way to make the holidays healthy. And again, this is a book. This is a big, thick cookbook with again metal spiral binding. It's a very expensive book for us to create and print and everything, but we make it affordable because it's all about health and how we eat. Well, there's nothing we do in life that will determine the quality of our life, the quality of our health, more than what we eat on a daily basis. And if this could just infect our world in a positive way, just a little bit, then the benefits are worth that little tiny investment.
Yeah, and that cookbook has actually 4.7 star review.
Right. Loved it.
So it's really amazing. I was just reading all the reviews last night, and I was like so happy that people enjoy this book so much. They give it as a gift to others, and you can alternate with your favorite recipes and sometimes pick one of mine. And also you can substitute ingredients very easily.
And that's what I forgot to say.
That's one of my favorites.
You like this one, the turkey loaf?
The turkey loaf is unbelievable.
That's my girlfriend Suzette's recipe.
And I have to tell Muriel to not leave it out on the counter because then my portion control goes out the window. But it's with the Healthy Holiday Cookbook, I think we all have our own idea of healthy holiday foods and fare and eating. And all of Muriel's cookbooks, like our supplements, and it's unusual for cookbooks, but all of them, I think because they're so straightforward, they're easy to use, they're so informative, that they're all customer picks, and they're all, again, like all our products, 90+% positive reviews. And the Holiday Cookbook, it's not just holidays. You can make those things, of course, throughout the year, and that's what we do. We eat so many of the recipes throughout the year.
I just like the way you laid it all out, though, Muriel, because it's just very easy.
That's another. I'm not a big fan of sweet potatoes, but let me tell you, that sweet potato souffle with pecans, wow.
That's a good one. We like this one.
It's delicious and very low in calorie, which is surprising for this kind of dish. And look at this. You have step-by-step recipe. How easy is this to follow for you? I can't even tell you. You're just like, look at my stuff. Anybody can do it. And that's what I was reading in the reviews yesterday, how easy they are to make.
I mean, we just saw Wolfgang, and I was just saying, do you watch Wolfgang and his show produce 70 different things in like 20 minutes? It's like, obviously, he is gifted in the kitchen, and he is. And Muriel is someone who can be making a dozen things at one time, and 15 minutes later, there's a dozen things done. But what I said during the beginning, if we're going to do these books, it has to be for someone like me who's pretty clumsy in the kitchen who still has to be able to make that dish in 5 or 10 or 15 minutes and not feel like it just like a failure because it's so hard to do. It has to be easy and approachable, and above all, the results have to be incredibly, incredibly healthy. So it helps us maintain our weight, helps us lose weight, helps us be healthier.
Thank you for all of your orders. Leave a review when you get it home. There's already so many 5-star reviews. Muriel, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm very grateful.
Oh, merci.
Okay.
And I love your little badge over there.
Oh,
Did you get a shot of this?
She has a little badge. I noticed that today.
Believe in the power of vitamins.
But that's the folks. That's the folks at Vitamin Angels who have for decades donated all the vitamins for children around the world, and with whom we created the prenatal program that we are now the singular donor of the most prenatal vitamins around the world. We're pretty much it when it comes to donated prenatal vitamins. So
it's wonderful.
Yep.
It's just wonderful. Muriel,
yes.
Thank you, my darling, so much.
Thank
I will
you,
see
Adam.
you soon.
Yes.
Are we going this way, everybody?
Wait.
We're going over this way, Andrew.
Oh, I have to leave. Je dois laisser la cuisine derrière moi.
Bah ouais, dommage pour toi.
Ouais.
I wish I remembered my French lessons from school. I really do. I did it for years. I know nothing. Je m'appelle Adam.
Well, no, what I said is I have to leave all that food behind me.
We bring it over.
Because I was while you guys were talking, I was eating. I devoured a turkey burger and.
I'll lay out a buffet for you as we do it.
When we do these shows, I get hungry.
Well, it's time for some dessert. I was going to say, let's have some chocolate to finish it off. This was not supposed to be in the show today. It's a wonderful surprise, and we're excited about it. If you've been asking for Choco Nouveau, it is here, and it is now on weekend special pricing while it lasts. If you have not heard about cholesterol-lowering chocolate, you're about to hear something that is a revolution. It has taken America by storm, and Andrew has done something that nobody else has ever managed to do. It literally is a dream come true. The tastiest, most creamiest, most luxurious chocolate you've ever tried in your life that is actually healthier for you. Andrew, it's been a few months, but I'm pleased it's back.
No, it's been 6 months. I was just opening these so we could sort of see the difference between them. There's 3. There's a 66, a 74, and a 91. That refers to the percent of really the extract of the cocoa bean. Because when you're talking about dark chocolate, what you're essentially eating, and the reason why dark chocolate is healthy, you're really just eating an extract of the cocoa bean. You're not eating candy. Candy is when you start adding milk and cream and too much sugar and all sorts of other confections and flour and whatnot. But when you're talking about the dark chocolate, and I think you could sort of see it on television here, that this is the 66%, which is essentially, if you're a milk chocolate lover, you need to order the 66%.
Yes, that's me.
If you're a typical dark chocolate lover, the 74% is right in the middle. If you love dark, deep chocolate, then the 91%, which means that little square is 91% cocoa bean extract. 91%. So the levels of sugar in any one of the 3 of these are exceedingly low. I have a fun little chart here that summarizes how low. But actually, before I do that chart, I just wanted to say quickly that what makes my chocolate unique, beyond the fact that I'm someone who all I did was taste probably thousands of varieties of chocolate over a period of about a year or 2. Different varieties of chocolate from Africa, from Asia, from South America. Turns out the chocolate we selected was from Central and South America, which is good, it's more local, but it tends to be milder, less bitter in flavor, but delivers all the protective compounds we want. So we chose, or I chose, these different chocolates from South and Central America at 66%, 74%, or 91%. That's your choice. And then I added something, because many of us find dark chocolate too dry and gritty. But also, I'm not a chocolate maker. What I am is I'm someone who delivers nutritional supplement ingredients that deliver benefits to our health. So I added an ingredient that the US government has approved for lowering total and LDL cholesterol, for helping us to reduce our risk of heart disease. I added a form of that ingredient that most folks have forgotten about, but only because, again, I've been doing this way too long. I was familiar with that form of this ingredient from probably 20, 25 years ago. Most folks have forgotten about it. I had not. When I added it to the chocolate, it turned the texture of our dark chocolate into the texture of milk chocolate. You just need to read the reviews. And the reviews talk about cholesterol reduction. If you take a square of this, say, with each meal, take 3 squares a day, you could expect reductions in total and LDL cholesterol of 10 to 15% or more, specifically or particularly if you make some dietary modifications, increase your fiber intake, reduce your cholesterol and saturated fat intake, but just all things being equal. Just having a couple of pieces, having 1 piece with your 2 largest meals of the day, so 2 pieces a day, you can expect a reduction of 10 to 15% in your total and LDL cholesterol levels. And the reviews speak very clearly about that fact. So you choose which one you want. It's been, as I said, it's been gone for 6 months because we can't offer this in summer because chocolate melts. But we'll probably speak about it briefly. If not tonight, we'll speak about it for certain next weekend.
Guys, we're excited to be able to have it back, and we are very, very, very busy. Obviously, this is only a few moments left in this presentation, but if you're somebody that loves chocolate and you're somebody that's looking to lower cholesterol, I mean, I have one of Andrew's green teas. I love his teas, and I'll sit down on an afternoon and have just a square. I like the more milky chocolate taste. But whichever you want to try, you have to try it. And I find that I'm not always reaching for more. It satisfies me. It's a good portion control.
Well, I think because of the texture in our mouth, the mouthfeel of this chocolate, it's rich because it's dark chocolate, but it has the creaminess of milk chocolate. Also, it's not intended, we don't make chocolate bars. We could, but my objective isn't to sell more of this. My objective is to use it appropriately. Each square, only 26 calories. So if you have 2 squares a day, 52 calories. For those of you watching sugar, we watch sugar for you. Because if you look at this chart, what I did, and it's fascinating, if you look at 26 calories, so each of these 3 squares, they're all 26 calories. The 66% contains 1.8 grams of sugar. If you're looking at a teaspoon of sugar is 4 grams.
Right.
So it's not even half a teaspoon. The 91% contains less than 0.5, actually 0.495. So we could label that as 0 technically. We don't, because I think it's better to have a more clear label than a label that takes advantage of a loophole, so we could label it as 0. But so we label it as 0.5. But 0.5, again, a teaspoon is 4 grams of sugar. That's 1/8 of a teaspoon of sugar. And if you compare it to 26 calories of grapes, peaches, plums, apples, pineapples, oranges, blueberries, kiwi, which we consider very low sugar fruit, blueberries and kiwi, if you compare it, 26 calories of Choco Nuvo, even in the 66, delivers less than 1/3 of the sugar. So again, this is dark chocolate, low in sugar, no milk is added, so you don't have to worry about dairy or anything like that. So it's delivering just no traces of soy or any soy ingredients as well. So it's just delivering the benefits of dark chocolate and an opportunity to substantially reduce cholesterol level. And not something that might work or might not work. The ingredient in this product has been established to lower total and LDL cholesterol, significantly do that.
Andrew, have you any plans to create like a Choco Nuvo gift box for, let's say, Christmas or Valentine's Day? Because I would love to get one of those.
It's something we should actually think about doing a gift box, because it would be nice to share this with friends. But you could share it in the bottle as it is and put it in a nice box. So, because we actually talked about creating a heart-shaped box and do that for Christmas or Valentine's Day, because this is all about heart health, which dark chocolate, the protective compounds in dark chocolate to begin with, are beneficial for our heart and beneficial and supportive to our brain as well. And when you add the cholesterol-lowering ingredient that we've added that only makes it taste better and have better texture, you really get something that's truly unlike any other chocolate in the world, truly heart healthy.
I think that would be so well received, because a lot of us, we love to give chocolate and receive chocolate, but then we eat too much of it and we feel so darn guilty. With this, it's like, yay, I'm doing something good for myself. All right, let's do it. Let's end the show the best way we know how. It's with our Best Buy of the Day. Guys, if you are just tuning in this morning or this afternoon now, we have been talking about energy, or perhaps a lack of. If it's another Sunday morning and you're feeling lazy and you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to do anything, Andrew, folks are not alone. There's a lot of us that feel like that.
It's okay to take it easy. It's okay to have a nice, easy, relaxing Sunday, but not because we have no option. That should be a choice. That should be something that, because we're leading a full life, we all work hard, we have lots of different challenges that we all contend with, which can tend to take a toll on us. So what I always say, that relaxation is an important part of living, But it shouldn't be because we have no options.
Right.
It shouldn't be because we're so exhausted, we just can't get up off the sofa, we just can't get out of bed in the morning, that life is a precious, precious gift, and we should have the energy necessary to kind of fuel the enthusiasm for showing up every day, for doing whatever it is we enjoy, for spending time with the people we love. But if we don't have adequate energy, there's nothing you could do about it, no matter how much. It's not a commentary that you don't love these people. It's not a commentary that you're not inspired to do these other things. Because if you just don't have that energy, it's scientifically, sort of chemically impossible that we just can't muster the energy. And that's the importance of this ingredient. I spoke before a lot about the science and how it works on a cellular level.
Right.
But ultimately, the energy that we produce or can produce on a cellular level, that's the energy we experience as a living being, that we are the byproduct of the experience of the trillions of cells in our body. As we get older, just like everything, we know that we look a little differently, we move a little differently, we think a little differently as we get older. It would be naive to think that that's anything other than the sort of the observation we have of the collective effect of aging on the cells in our body. And the most significant effect of aging on our body, I think, goes to our cells' ability to produce the energy we need, not just to live, but to sort of recover, repair, to rejuvenate ourselves from life. That we often think when we go to sleep at night, well, everything shuts down, everything turns off. In fact, when we go to sleep at night, it's sort of like when a restaurant closes at night or a store closes at night. That's when everybody comes in to clean up, to deal with all the aftermath of the day. The same thing when we're asleep. Dreaming is part of the repair process of our brain. We have REM sleep, we have deep sleep, not so deep sleep. So we go through all these phases of sleep that are a neurological part of our brain repairing itself and doing its darndest to make sure that it's ready to live tomorrow. So all the organs in our body not only must continue to function, but they must continue to repair themselves and be ready for the next day. So sleep is a very active process. And every process in our body, whether we think about our liver and all the filtering work it has to do, the thousands of different chemical reactions, everything our brain must do, not just consciously thinking, but our nervous system is operating our heart, all the different systems in our body, from the secretion of hormones, whether it's insulin metabolism, all of these things, all of those hormones are secreted by cells and tissues that are present in organs. And the only reason it happens is because each of those cells have their own independent capacity to produce energy. Each cell, every cell, must do that. And when it produces energy, that means it can sense messages that are being received by other cells. That requires energy. And then based upon that message, it does the work it's supposed to do. That requires energy. So again, everything we experience requires energy. Even the most passive, seemingly innocuous processes in our body that we think just happen automatically, they require energy. Because frankly, when life goes away, it means that sort of everything goes back to whatever the ambient environment is. Each one of the cells in our body must maintain an environment inside that cell that's different than the outside world. When we cease to live, or when something ceases to live, they sort of merge, the outside world and this living world. So the energy that's required to keep that unique, special living environment going, to engage in these processes that, what do they call it in chemistry, active transport, that otherwise you just have sort of a passive transport. Things osmotically move. Things that are more concentrated move to where they're at a lower concentration, and they equalize. In our body, we have these active transport mechanisms that are constantly maintaining different concentrations at different sizes of membranes. And sorry for getting overly technical here, but that means every single cell is battling against the outside world, maintaining its own independent internal environment, whether it's pH, the acidity or alkalinity, whether it's temperature, whether it's the concentration of ions, calcium, potassium, magnesium, whatever it might be. This is work that's constantly going on in every cell in our body that determines the health of those cells, our own health, and our energy level. And CoQ10, to get back to what we're talking about here, that is the molecule that is central to the electron transport process that is the energy we experience. And that energy is necessary for our life. And unfortunately, I've read the charts before that as we get older, CoQ10 levels suffer, and they suffer significantly. And as a result, our energy levels suffer significantly. Any smart scientist would say, okay, well then, let's look at energetic people and let's look at tired people. And let's see if there's a difference in CoQ10 levels. And guess what? There's no surprise that in folks who tend to be more fatigued, you're going to find lower CoQ10 levels, and folks who are healthier, more energetic, higher CoQ10 levels. In hearts that are functioning better, the cardiac organ, you're going to find, in the myocardium, you're going to find higher CoQ10 levels in a myocardium that's healthier and functioning better. And in a heart that isn't functioning as well, you're going to find lower CoQ10 levels. None of this is a mystery. The only mystery to me is now that CoQ10 has become so affordable. 33 years ago when I introduced it, it was a few dollars a capsule. Today, it's a few pennies a capsule. And with it, you get free vitamin D today, once a year. You also get a full B complex with our special B12 because CoQ10 can't deliver its benefits without the proper balance of B complex vitamins. And you also get a full vitamin C. So the CoQ10 is essentially almost a free bonus.
It's a 21st anniversary special. It's Andrew's most popular product. It's what most folks say, you know what, I love this and I gotta tell my friends and family about it. I wanna take you through the pricing if I can, because Andrew mentioned about the vitamin D3, that it's free. He isn't kidding, folks. If you choose just the CoQ10, which you can do today, we have it in 50, 100, 200, 400, or 600. The normal price is $399.90. Today it's $169.90, so you save $230. But if you choose to go with CoQ10 and vitamin D, it's exactly the same price. It is free, free, free. So the price for CoQ10 with D3 would normally be $507.92. You save $338. Now, most people today have kind of run to the phones to order this one. I've certainly never seen anything like it before, and that is obviously your most limited option at this stage. There is no downside to bringing CoQ10 into your world, and maybe you have a CoQ10 product that you're taking right now. We want to challenge you to compare the two. Maybe you've never tried CoQ10, but maybe some of the things that Andrew's talking about resonates with you. Maybe it's a stressful job, maybe it's a stressful home life, maybe age is just getting the better of us and we just don't feel like we have that zest like we used to do. Things become a bit more tedious, we feel more lethargic all the time. Maybe you're somebody that reaches for another and another and another cup of coffee. Maybe you have somebody in your life that you know every week asks you to bring home some of those energy shots because they just need it to get through the day. Folks, rather than those types of stimulants, CoQ10 is going to be an ultimate amazing way to bring more energy and more vitality into your life. It is a wonderful product, and Andrew, I know it's a kind of a conversation we have a lot, but 3,000 reviews are not wrong.
Oh, well, again, it's a product, I think, how many are the total reviews? There are 3,708 reviews. Of those, 3,108 are 5-star reviews. So out of the 3,708, only 600 weren't 5-star reviews. But by the way, of the 600, 316 were 4-star reviews. And I think there's like a couple of hundred 3-star reviews. So it's truly a remarkable product. And when you look at what CoQ10 does, and especially, we make sure there are lots of CoQ10 products on the market, but there's no CoQ10 product in the world that contains our unique methylcobalamin that's protected for oral absorption. Because as much as we see CoQ10 levels plummeting with age, we also see B12 levels in our population that are insufficient or deficient. And you can't expect CoQ10 to do a good job delivering benefits in terms of energy production on a cellular level if you don't have adequate levels of B12, because among other things, B12 is necessary for creating hemoglobin, which is necessary for the transport of oxygen, which is necessary for the burning of fuel and the creation of energy. Remember, I said that every one of our cells is independently responsible for producing energy. our body does have a distribution system, not an energy distribution system, but it distributes the oxygen necessary for engaging on in that cellular energy metabolism. It also distributes the fuel. So we distribute fuel, we distribute oxygen, but energy is something that each cell is independently responsible for. And that's why I've always said that the most common sense, the most logical, the most rational way to go about supporting healthy energy and healthy energy production is to really approach it on a cellular level, in terms of on an individual cellular level, that all of the trillions of cells in our body have one thing and one thing in common. They must produce their own energy. That energy is related to electron transport, which again I always think is just marvelous when we think about the elegance of this human organism and this living being that we are, that our energy, that for all times our existence has been fueled by the movement of electrons. A movement of these subatomic particles. That movement of electrons is the energy we experience as life. And CoQ10 is the most central and responsible molecule in terms of that movement, those movement of electrons. So what I was going to read here, just some charts, some quotes from a few different journals. I read a couple of them, but not through all of them. And I think it's important that we appreciate that, again, that fatigue is something that as we get older, it just seems as kind of commonplace. It's not a disease. It's just something that seems to be part of the aging process. But also part of the aging process is a natural reduction in the production and availability of CoQ10 within our bodies. Common sense to me, as long as that is a central molecule for energy production, as long as it's often observed to be deficient and insufficient in fatigued individuals, common sense, let's make sure that I support healthy levels of CoQ10. But as we read here, from current neurovascular research, fatigue is the 7th most common symptom in primary health care, meaning the 7th most common complaint when people go to their doctors. I suspect if we didn't expect it, it would be at the very top of the list. But I think as we get older, we just figure we're going to be tired. Fatigue is defined as physiologically as the inability to maintain the expected power output. What do we define fatigue as? Fatigue is just not having the energy, the desire, the wherewithal to do what we'd really like to do. That fatigue is something that just gets in the way. If we sort of have our life here and another life that we might aspire to, maybe we aspire to having more energy so we could do these other things. So fatigue is really just lacking that energy savings account that allows us to engage in a life we might otherwise choose to live. So again, there is evidence that mitochondrial dysfunction, and again, the mitochondria are the organelles, these little mini organs in each of our trillions of cells that must produce all our energy. So mitochondrial dysfunction, meaning these little organelles that produce our energy are not working well, and oxidative stress are directly related to fatigue in humans. Thus, enhancement of mitochondrial functions, which CoQ10 does its work in the mitochondria in moving those electrons around. So enhancing mitochondrial functions with CoQ10 may be an important mechanism by which fatigue can be reduced. And all of us, to some degree, we're all humans, we struggle with these issues. It's just part of the human condition. From Medical Science Monitor, coenzyme Q10 is critical for the cell power supply in the mitochondrion. And every cell in every human body requires energy to live, and mitochondria are where that energy is produced completely. Neurons, nerve cells, require, that's our brain as well, require energy, high energy for synaptic transmission. So nerve cells, in order to work and talk to one another, synaptic transmission, and therefore the mitochondrial dysfunction often leads to neuronal degeneration as observed in many neurological issues, meaning that as our nerve cells struggle to produce the energy they need, that can lead to problems with nervous system function, nervous system health. Molecular neurobiology. Administration of CoQ10 has positive mood-enhancing effects. CoQ10 treatment significantly reduces fatigue and improves ergonomic performance, work performance during exercise, and thus may have potential in alleviating the exercise intolerance and exhaustion displayed by people with fatigue-related symptoms. And That's basically saying, those of us, it's not going out and running a mile, that if we're too tired to go to the grocery store, or too tired to go out and maybe do things, to do the errands or the chores we need to do, that's exactly what they're speaking about right there. That again, fatigue can interfere with the most basic functions, or it could interfere not with basic functions, but those other things we'd really aspire, that we'd really like to do. This is from an Italian medical journal. Last night I read this and people were laughing because I read Italian with a French accent, but I'm not going to do it. So it's biochemistry and biophysics in an Italian medical journal.
I'd love to hear it, Andrew.
I'm not going to do that. Low levels of CoQ10 were consistently associated with fatigue. Talked about that before. So higher, healthier levels of CoQ10 are consistent with good energy status, and low levels are consistent with not so good energy status. CoQ10 was the most studied mitochondrial enzyme where reduced plasma levels of CoQ10 were found in the fatigued populations compared to healthy controls. That kind of says it all. CoQ10 was the most studied mitochondrial enzyme, and they were studying a whole range of enzymes where reduced plasma levels of CoQ10 were found in the fatigued populations compared to healthy controls. Clinical nutrition, because CoQ10 increases cellular ATP production. ATP is a high-energy phosphate that is sort of the ultimate commodity of stored energy in our body. ATP, ADP, AMP, adenosine monophosphate, adenosine diphosphate, adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate is the highest energy form. So because CoQ10 increases this highest energy stored molecule that is basically our best energy commodity via mitochondrial oxidative phosphorylation, its supplementation could help improve fatigue and other symptoms in frequent and persistent fatigue. From Antioxidants and Redox Signaling, a scientific journal. Oxidative stress, mitochondrial dysfunction, and CoQ10 deficiency have been well documented in frequent and persistent fatigue. Emerging data suggests that CoQ10 deficiencies have been described in patients with frequent and persistent fatigue. Preliminary data have shown a remarkable clinical improvement after initiating oral CoQ10 supplementations in patients with frequent and persistent fatigue. Fatigue is often described by patients as a lack of energy, obviously, mental or physical, tiredness, diminished endurance, and the need for a prolonged recovery after physical activity. That about sums it up. Dysfunctions in the mitochondrial structure, mitochondrial function, mitochondrial energy metabolism were investigated as potential contributors to fatigue. Sorry if this seems very technical, but it's important. I'm sure everyone, it's clear. CoQ10 was the most studied mitochondrial enzyme where reduced plasma levels of CoQ10 were found in the fatigued populations, again, compared to healthy controls.
Now, Andrew, when you first introduced this to the United States 33 years ago, this all wasn't there, was it, at the time? It was like something a bit new.
Oh, well, when I talked about it then, what I talked about was basically sort of on a more anatomical and physiologic level, that CoQ10 is found at the highest concentrations, and it still is compelling 33 years later. It's found in the highest concentrations in our most critical organs. As we age, those CoQ10 levels go down. So those critical organs have less available CoQ10. If you look at depressed levels of CoQ10 in any critical organ, that critical organ can't function as well. So it was easy to draw the conclusions about how important CoQ10 is. Now we have data from scientific studies that are observational data that lets us know precisely how important it is to cardiovascular function, to neurologic function, to simply the functioning of the human organism as a whole. And also, I didn't even get into the research that as important as CoQ10 is for all energy production, it's a brilliant design, because when you produce energy, even in our bodies, certainly when we produce energy in a power plant, there's fallout. If you burn coal or fuel, there's pollutants that come off. There's carbon dioxide and all sorts of other pollutants. Even in our body, when we produce energy, there's fallout. There are free radicals generated that are these reactive species, these reactive molecules that could cause damage. CoQ10 is not only responsible for transporting the electrons that give us the energy we experience, but it's so good at dealing with electrons, it's great at capturing these errant electrons that could cause damage. So it's also one of the most protective molecules in our body as well. So it is part of that brilliant design. It's not only part of the energy we get to experience, which is life itself, right. And no cell could be alive without adequate levels of CoQ10 inside it to produce energy, but also that CoQ10 is responsible for protecting that cell from the fallout, the consequences of producing energy.
We only have 15 minutes left. This presentation is flying by, and we see you there, obviously over 33,000 now spoken for. What a lot of people are doing, and as Andrew said in the last presentation, the CoQ10 with free vitamin D is now very limited. So if that's the one you want, and it is truly free, there's no extra, it's the same price as without vitamin D, it's phenomenal. If you want the one with vitamin D, order immediately. Do not wait another second. Just to give you some example of the value of that, down here I can show you, with the vitamin D, if you choose the 400 caps, typical price would be $338. Today it's $139.90. You save nearly $200, and the 600 will be $507. Today it's $169. You save $338. There is not one of us out there that would not benefit from CoQ10 and what this can do. If you are finding that it is just too difficult or too much work or too much hassle to do the things that you love to do, you're not alone. We're all struggling with that. But with CoQ10 now, compared to 33 years ago, and with Andrew's unrivaled CoQ10, the results and the reviews are there. It is 5-star after 5-star, the impact, the difference, the positive change, the fact that the quality of life has improved so much. I mean, these aren't empty words. These aren't hollow promises. It's real and it's true. If you drink more coffee than you think you should, if you drink those energy drinks that you know you shouldn't necessarily be drinking as much of, try a natural form, which is going to truly help increase your energy levels and make you feel better. And let me tell you, if you order today, this is the only time of the year where you get what is like a 4-month return policy. If you take Andrew's CoQ10 through October and November and December and January, if by January 31st you honestly can say, it's not made a difference in my life, return the bottle and you'll get a refund of your purchase price, but you have to try it. We could spend the entire hour talking about rival CoQ10 products, and I use that word loosely because there is no rival. No other CoQ10 product out there can compare to what Andrew does with his. From the manufacturing in all solar-powered plant in Henderson, Nevada, to the fact that it's pure with no fillers, no binders, no colors, nothing artificial. Every bit of it is real, authentic, genuine. So what you're putting in your body is the best of the best. Andrew has lots of amazing products, and they're virtually all customer picks. And they are all, by the way, on special pricing. So anything you're looking for, healthy hair, skin and nails, omega-3, go online at hsn.com. But Andrew's #1 seller is in my hands. The most preferred, the most loved, the most adored product with, quite frankly, the most remarkable reviews is Andrew's CoQ10. And obviously today is your day to say, Andrew's nudging me in the right direction to try it, because Andrew, there's no reason not to try it.
Well, we all require CoQ10 to do the work in every one of our cells of producing energy. And without producing energy, nothing takes place. Our cells kind of battle against the outside world, if you really think about it on a biochemistry level. And that's a tremendous amount of work that each and every one of our cells, they're kind of on their own. They must independently, it's almost as though, imagine every home and every individual, each home had to have its own power system, its own power generator. That's what every cell in our body must have. And CoQ10 is the central responsible molecule. And as we get older, our levels of CoQ10 suffer. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. But we could either throw our hands up and say, okay, my energy producing systems are going to suffer as I get older, or I'm going to do my very best to give my cells what they need to produce all the energy they require, which in turn allows all the tissues and systems and organs in my body to do their very best, despite the passage of time, despite this rather difficult process we call the aging process. And then there's something else I didn't talk about at all. I mentioned it briefly in the beginning. It's something I've been talking about for a couple of decades. And a couple of decades ago, I said anyone who's writing a prescription for a cholesterol-lowering statin drug, that doctor should also recommend that someone take CoQ10, because it is a scientific fact that if you're taking a cholesterol-lowering statin drug, you are lowering your critical levels of CoQ10 that are necessary for heart function and heart health, because where are the highest concentrations of CoQ10 in the body found? In our heart, in our brain, in our liver. So when you take these drugs for heart health that lower cholesterol, they also lower the levels of CoQ10, because in our body, it's called the mevalonate pathway. In our body, in the liver, there's an assembly line, so to speak. That assembly line, that metabolic pathway, is how our body produces cholesterol. When you interfere with that with a statin drug, you reduce cholesterol levels. But unfortunately, our bodies are incredibly efficient. That same pathway, that same assembly line makes CoQ10. So when you interfere with the production of cholesterol, you interfere with the production of CoQ10. By taking CoQ10, studies have shown you significantly reduce the risk of side effects of those statin drugs. So again, it just goes without saying, if you're taking beta blockers, if you're taking diuretics, if you're taking antidepressants, these are all drugs and medications that have been shown to have an impact on our CoQ10 levels. It's sort of no wonder that one of the most common side effects of all of those drugs, fatigue. So again, you could talk to your doctor, but coenzyme Q10, all it is, it behaves exactly like a vitamin in your body. As we get older, our body's ability to produce what tiny amounts it produces to start with suffers with age. Our levels become lower with age. Our levels become lower if we're taking any of these medications. So this is an opportunity to say, even the playing field. Give yourself an opportunity in the face of the things we have to do for our good health. It's an opportunity to make a difference and to feel back to your very best. But I was just going to read some of these charts, because I think sometimes when we see them in black and white, it's even more compelling. But this is from Medical Science Monitor. Coenzyme Q10 supplementation decreased statin-related muscle symptoms in 75% of patients. The observed beneficial effect of CoQ10 supplementation could lead to better statin treatment compliance. British Journal of Clinical Pharmacology, more common is a feeling of lack of energy in people taking these drugs. Since statins block mevalonate synthesis, what I was talking about, they lower levels of ubiquinone, CoQ10, an essential compound for mitochondrial energy production. That's the energy in all our cells that we produce, as well as lowering cholesterol. Thus, these people may truly lack energy. British Journal of Clinical Pharmacology. People taking statins who describe lack of pep or energy may really lack energy because of a deficiency of CoQ10.
And that's a good source there, Andrew.
From, yes, a very reliable medical journal. American Journal of Cardiovascular Drugs. HMG-CoA reductase inhibitors, or statin drugs. The best-selling prescription drug class in the U.S. include atorvastatin, Lipitor. Things like Crestor, Lipitor, Lovastatin, pitavastatin. Statins inhibit the enzyme HMG-CoA reductase at a stage early in the mevalonate pathway. This pathway generates a range of other products in addition to cholesterol, such as CoQ10. So what I was saying before, it's a scientific fact. Statins inhibit cholesterol synthesis, and the biosynthesis of CoQ10 is also reduced, since CoQ10 is an intermediate in the mevalonate pathway. They're on the same assembly line. Statins were shown to reduce serum plasma levels of CoQ10 by 16 to 54%, and CoQ10 supplementation was reported to increase the levels of CoQ10 in plasma.
Wow.
It has been shown that the endogenous synthesis of CoQ10 is inhibited by cholesterol-lowering drugs, which inhibit mevalonate biosynthesis, and supplementation has therefore been suggested for some of their users. I would say for all of their users, you should talk to your doctor. And as I said before, it's not just statin drugs. There's research talking about antidepressants, beta blockers, bisphosphonates, a class of drugs for osteoporosis and osteopenia. So we're talking about also beta blockers, diuretics. So there's a long list, a wide range of drugs because of their impact and implications on liver function where CoQ10 is synthesized. You're taking these medications, many of them for heart health, and at the same time lowering CoQ10 undermines heart health. And I wouldn't spend as much time on this except for the fact that the majority of Americans, I would imagine, even drugs for type 2 diabetes like metformin. I was just reading something the other night talking about that medication and its implications on CoQ10 levels. So when you look at all of these medications, I'd say the majority of Americans are taking one of these medications. I think roughly 20% or so of Americans take an antidepressant. I would say 10 to 20% of Americans take a cholesterol-lowering drug. Add to that medications for type 2 diabetes. Add to that diuretics. Add to that beta blockers, antihypertensives, things for high blood pressure. And again, we're talking about the majority of Americans, so if you simply want to even the playing field and give your body an opportunity to function with its CoQ10 levels intact, because that's the only way it can produce energy with those levels intact, do it optimally, then it's a simple, inexpensive, and today, our CoQ10 is literally something that used to cost a couple of dollars a day is now costing pennies a day. More than a couple of dollars a day is pennies a day. And we've added free vitamin D. I didn't do a vitamin D Today special this year, so we're giving it away. If you want it, it's absolutely free. The price is the same for our CoQ10 as it is for CoQ10 with 1,000 or 2,000 IU vitamin D.
Andrew's not back till 8 o'clock tonight, and I've never met anybody who is so concerned and
that's the last.
That's it.
Yes.
But you know, when you listen to Andrew, Andrew always wants to make sure that everybody gets what they want. Folks, the only caveat to that right now is that those of you that want to take advantage of the free vitamin D, that will be gone earlier than any of the other options. So if you want, you know, that extra,
we've already run out of a number of the sizes, but it's only the fact that we're the manufacturer, and of course there's even limits on that, but we always hold back materials just in case this is going better than expected, and it's going better than expected, which thrills me, because even though it means that we're not going to be selling vitamin D in the future, it thrills me that not only is this the best value ever on CoQ10, but the vitamin D is going along with it for free. And as important as CoQ10 is on its own, vitamin D is right there with CoQ10, as is B12, as is vitamin C. And you get all of them because there are no additives, and this product's 100% pure. That small, easy to swallow capsule with an ultrafine powder that will never upset anyone's stomach. That little tiny capsule there, that's giving you all of those wonderful nutrients. And that beautiful, bright yellow color, as I said before, whoever the marketing director is or the product design specialist for the big guy upstairs, he did a really good job. If you're going to design a product that is at the very center of energy production on a cellular level that really fuels our existence, that's a great color.
It is.
It's like the same color as the sun.
It is.
I mean, that was a really great marketing decision.
It's perfect. But it gives you that color, that vibrancy is what you're going to feel inside internally. You're going to feel that energy like you never imagined it possible. We're excited because you're excited, and I know when you try it, you'll want to tell your friends and family members about a product that has a dramatic impact on your life.
Yeah, it's something that if the reviews speak volumes, to me at least, because they're objective. That we do not, and I'm often asked this question, and I should repeat this often, that people assume we remove the bad reviews.
No.
That somehow, because some of those reviews have been there for a few years, that somehow we filter out the bad ones, we eliminate the bad ones, because it's not possible that 95% of the reviews could be positive, that over 80% could be 5-star reviews. But it is. When you make a product as perfectly as I believe we go about making this CoQ10, and I'm not some, I've been doing this for 38 years, which is a frightening number for me to always say, that I've been manufacturing vitamins for 38 years, and 38 years ago, I was actually making these with my own hands. Today, I don't make them with my own hands, but everything about that product is a specific decision that I've made. The content on the label is a specific word that I've written. So even the graphics on the screen here.
It's true.
I pay attention to every detail of this product because this product, this is my baby. This is a product that 33 years ago, I sought out the only source of CoQ10 in the world and asked if I could bring that ingredient to America 33 years ago. And it took another decade or two before other companies paid any attention to the ingredient. I think they didn't pay attention to the ingredient until there was a financial reason to pay attention to it. I paid attention to it because there was a scientific reason. So initially, that I was probably purchasing enough CoQ10 to make one bottle of product. But it was such an important ingredient, and I had faith in it because I knew the science, that I knew it was simply a matter of time before enough people tried it. Again, because we didn't have an advertising budget. I knew it was just a matter of people trying it and word of mouth, and this product would take on a life of its own, which 33 years later, it's done just that.
It's a remarkable product and a remarkable today's special. 21 years at HSN, and we are celebrating today and this weekend and next weekend. Any of Andrew's products that you love, they're all on special pricing. So shop now. Andrew, you're back tonight at 8?
Back tonight at 8 p.m., and I will make sure we'll pay careful attention to what's going on in terms of quantity. We have plenty available in all sizes now, but we're literally making product. So again, the product you'll be getting will be a matter of a few days old when you get it.
If you want the one with the free vitamin D, please call and ask sooner rather than later.
Yes.
Andrew, thank you so much as always.
Oh, my pleasure, Adam. It was fun. We'll see everyone at 8 p.m.
We're going to go and see if we can find Muriel and Wolfgang Puck and maybe have a feast right now.
I need to get some of that food, yes.
Thank you for watching. Stay in the ordering process for yours and stay with us on HSN. More fun is on the way, and we'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. with Andrew. Bye, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. I hope